feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful audience. Give yourself some round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to another episode of 30 Something Podcast. I'm your girl Drea, and we have Miss Miko here.
Hey.
And we have Farrell, Shay, and
Lisa.
They are not with us today, but we do send our love to all of them. And to my left, we have everybody knows Uncle JoJo from Uncle JoJo Radio. Hey, JoJo. Hello. And then we have Miss Tamara Denise. We'll be talking to Miss Tamara Denise about her business, the Glimmer Factory, a little bit later. And also talking about getting to her business a little bit, being single. And also we have Mr. Ray Vaughn, the Superman of R&B.
Hey.
You should have worn your cape.
What's up, yo?
Superman.
It's on
Superman
of R&B.
It's under this shirt.
Is it? Okay. And we want to thank Mr. J. Rhodes for these beats ain't free and the beat that he supplied us with. And he is having a whole baby.
Mm-hmm.
He is having a whole
he
baby.
just came out online and was like, yo.
He said he dropping them like the new Beyonce
album. Dude, listen.
out of nowhere.
Shout out to the worst pullout game in 2018.
Hey, but one of the greatest producers, though. You got to give him that.
Yes, he is. He's good at what he does.
Oh, you know J. Rhodes.
I got a studio session with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Oak Cliff's finest.
Yes, indeed.
And am I leaving anything out? I don't think so.
No, we are going to have a
Oh,
live QT&A tonight, too, though.
Yes, so y'all be prepared to call in. Lord, Miko, we finna be talking about sex
We
in a little
are
bit.
about to
and
be
I'm not
talking
finna
about
lie,
sex.
like I'm high key nervous, not low key. Like
A lot of people bailed out. You see people bailed out on the conversation, but we do have some.
What produces nervousness in you? Why are you nervous to talk about sex?
Well, because let me tell you, like things go left very quickly sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I was just
and
saying.
I
It can
just
be
want the
misinterpreted.
conversation to be contained.
Yeah.
So if you hear me, like if I shut down,
Same here.
and it's like
Next question, please.
It take a lot for me to get quiet, but I just, you ain't finna dig too far. in
But
my
we have
business.
wine,
You
so
know what I'm
everybody
saying?
should be okay, relaxed.
Yeah, it's all
Tonight.
good. It's all good.
I'll fade
Bought
to black.
everybody wine.
Right. I'll be pleading the fifth, and everybody just use your imagination.
Dig
So
that.
we're gonna jump into what now, see what's going on. So I read an article. There was a guy that's in Florida, in Cocoa, Florida. He drowned in a pond near his home, and there were some teenagers ages 14 and 19 that laughed and recorded him while he was drowning in the pond. And
That's what I'm getting.
they
They had him on video while he was drowning.
and then they posted the video on YouTube.
Man.
Okay. And so they said that they were smoking weed. That's why they didn't feel the inclination to act. And they taunted him as he was drowning, saying that they weren't going to help him and that he was going to die. So they were initially arrested, but they weren't charged with anything because, and I had to talk to one of my lawyer friends. Apparently, like, this is all across the 50 states. And specifically in Florida. Remind me to never move to Florida, by the way, because they got too much foolishness going on. But it said that the teens cannot be charged because Florida does not have a law that obligates a citizen to render aid or to call for help for anyone that's in distress.
Wow.
So there's no law telling you that you have to be a human being in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sad.
it really is sad, and it's like how do you what do you say to your kid when they come home and it's like, oh, I recorded somebody drowning and I posted it online, and it's like, who are you?
Man, it's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, but that shows you how the times have changed, because even with that young man that got shot, the Triple X guy.
Yes.
When he got shot, the
people
next
were
day,
reporting.
he had 2 million more Instagram followers.
Did he?
Yeah.
They rushed to follow a dead man. He not posting nothing anymore.
No.
You know,
Right.
but that's just. I think that's just the times that we live in with this younger generation. Man, they in trouble.
These kids are just so lost. Like they make me nervous. They really do. Like they really, really make me nervous. And then I have a 14-year-old, so I'm just thinking like it's gonna like progressively get worse. And I always like I took her phone, like I threw it out the window, and she didn't have a phone for a long time. So now because she became a different person when she had a phone. Like she wasn't a child
Threw it out of
anymore.
what
She
window?
was just the car window
Did you have
on
insurance
I-20.
on
It
it?
felt good too. It was like a 20
Felt
and daddy.
liberating.
Yes, 20 and daddy fair. She was so upset. She turned around. She was like, "Mama, no!" And I was like, "Yeah."
Not my
Crush
phone.
your
Know what kind of insurance plan did you have
Bless
on that
would
phone?
die. Bless and Vaki.
But we
Vaki be
lived with
using-
no phone.
Using his
Right.
phone. He
And we
would-
And I
made
tell
it.
them that all the time. We played outside. You couldn't even come in the house unless you're
Listen.
staying in for the day.
Listen,
Till the lights came on.
what you doing in
Outside.
this house? Get your ass
Yeah,
back
get outside.
outside.
Yeah.
That was definitely what we had going on. And then there's another story, and I'm pretty sure everybody saw this one. It was a 15-year-old in New York. 6 people have been charged with his death. And what I find very interesting about this is that the boy is 15, and the people who are responsible for killing him are 21. 3 21-year-olds, an 18-year-old, and 2 24-year-olds, because it took that many people to kill a 15-year-old. They found him at a bodega, and it was a case of mistaken identity. It wasn't even the right person. And they pulled him out of the store, and they hacked him to death with a machete because they thought that he was the guy who had a sex tape with one of their family members.
All right, what country was this?
No, this is-
Hacking people?
Right, right.
This was in the
With a
United
machete.
States. What state?
Yeah, that's the
was it?
Dominicans. It was
New
New
York.
York. That was the Dominicans. That's how they do.
New York.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
And
That's
it
how they
was
handle their
it's
stuff.
sad, it's sad enough that it even happened at all, but the fact that it was a mistaken identity. I did look at the pictures, and the boys look like crazy. Like they look
Similar.
Yeah.
very
They
much
look
so.
alike.
They look like twins. But it took 6 of y'all to
kill.
murder one person, and y'all couldn't even get the right person. Like it's just horrible. And they had him on the camera. I couldn't watch the video all the way through because I didn't know how graphic it was going to get, and I don't like to become desensitized to
Yeah.
things. So I just watched maybe like 6 or 7 seconds where they pulled him out of the store, and he's like on the ground, like trying to get back in the store, and it was just insane. But all of them have been charged. Now I always want to ask, like, was it worth it?
Of course not.
Like,
Ask the people
And
that
then you
did
got
it
the wrong
afterwards.
yeah, like was it worth it?
Yeah, it's never worth taking a life, but I mean,
But to trade your own life,
You're an officer, right? You have you arrested people
cop?
who
plenty.
that had committed
A
murders?
lot of stuff going on. Yeah.
He said he got a lot of stuff going on.
R&B artist, cop, doctor.
Doctor.
Stay tuned.
Superhero.
But have you arrested people who had committed murders?
Yeah.
And then did they become remorseful in the
A lot
squad
of
car
times,
on the
man,
way?
it's according to what led up to the situation. If it's drug inspired, then a lot of times, a lot of people don't even realize what they did until
right? That,
Click, click.
after that adrenaline
Was it?
stopped
Is it that
rushing.
emotion, that adrenaline, and
Yeah.
then when
Adrenaline.
they, yeah,
yeah, man, you know that rage, that sudden passion,
Right.
You know those deep relationships, and some people have to gas up before they commit something that's
Right, like the
atrocious as
guy
murder.
that killed his. He went to I think she lives in Plano, and she worked for Dr. Pepper, and she was having like a watch party, and
Oh,
her
yeah.
husband came and killed
Oh,
everybody.
that's
He went to
right. I
a
did hear
bar
about that.
before he
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
he was in there
That
talking
liquid
crazy,
courage.
saying that he was getting ready to do something. And then they were trying to hold like the bartender accountable for what he was. It was crazy.
In some instances, you can, because I mean, the bartender is going to continue serving just to get the tips,
Right.
When they know somebody is way beyond the limit.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm Rayvon for real tonight.
But yeah, so that's it. And also, real quick, this whole immigration situation, we touched on it a little bit, but I thought that this was interesting. They talked to some foster care advocates, and they were saying that, because our foster care system here is like already stressed in one, like it's horrible. Our foster care system, we got kids like sleeping on the floor in the CPS office. And so what they were saying was that most likely the government won't be able to reunite like all of these thousands of children that have been separated from their families, and they could end up in our foster care system.
The children from the immigration from
the camps who are in the camps right now that have been separated because they could be in our foster, right? Like they're not documented. They don't have any documentation, and they don't have anything that's like ultimately tying them back to their parents. And so
they can do whatever they want to do with them. Basically, well, they can say they're in foster care, or they can do whatever.
So, what do you think that they're?
I mean, I try not to. I'm through with that kind of stuff, you know, because but I just think they can do whatever they want to do. All it is, they just gonna do whatever they want to do. But it's not nothing new.
Technology now in the U.S. to say somebody's lost forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Shit. Right. DNA, all that. Come on, man.
Right, but they don't even like look at people from poor countries and as human beings. Like hell, they don't even look at us.
They don't look at us.
I saw
white and non-white.
Comments on social media, and I'm not exactly sure what group of people it was coming from, but they were saying stuff like, "Let me get one to come and do laundry." Huh? Yes,
that's when you
let me buy one. Like let me. That's the type of comments that people were making. So
I legit can't even.
You really can't even trust human beings with other human lives. So I don't know what they're gonna do. With
I'm so scared of
the
what
children.
This world
I just feel bad that they are in the situation that they are in.
Yeah. I mean, you desensitized until they hit your home.
Right.
So, I mean,
like everybody's all cool with it until it's your cousin, it's your brother, it's your auntie, your uncle, or whoever. But that's all I was gonna talk about with what now? And we can
go to our first.
Thanks for darkening the mood. We supposed to be talking about. We supposed to be talking about belly smacking.
We had to get all the news
right
out of the way. We had to get the news out of the way.
We'll call you Dark Child.
Yeah.
don't do it. No, that's your world that you live in. I'm gonna find some good news next week. It's gonna be nothing but good news.
Good news next week.
I'm gonna go to but I'm gonna find.
We're gonna go to our first commercial break. Sorry for all the bad news. We'll be back with good news in a minute.
This is America.
Yes, we're sorry for the world we live in.
It's hot in here. I'm hot. No, I'm hot.
No, but it was a hot guy in there.
Not that kind of hot. We need Metro Men. For all of your air conditioning and heating services, please contact Metro Air Conditioning and Heating Services at 214-948-8888 or visit him on the web at metroacs.com. You can also find him on Facebook at Metro Air Conditioning and Heating Services. He's been in business since 1990, a member of the Better Business Bureau with a AAA rating. And he may not be hot, but he'll make sure that you're not. Now, where's that other guy?
Thank you so much for tuning in and coming back. We are back with our first guest. His name is Ray Vaughn. I was in a play recently called Sleeping with the Enemy with Ray Vaughn, and he did an awesome job in the play.
Yeah, thank you.
So I started thinking about the show and how I could get him on, and we were having a good conversation. And I watched this video on YouTube, Doctor. So I felt like he would be great for this segment, well, for this show. I just want to ask you a few questions about your latest single or your latest release, the album. Have you had more than one album out? Or is this your first album?
Yeah, my first album I released 2014, entitled Experience Ray Vaughn.
Okay.
It was a series of pop, hip hop, R&B, straight R&B, and crossover.
Crossover?
Yeah, just a little bit to put out there, a little fillers to see, what the world gravitated to.
Okay.
What's crossover?
Yeah. Crossover, some pop.
White people and black people.
You Jason Derulo, your Ed Sheeran.
Oh, okay, Jason Derulo.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah, I like Ed.
Do you dance?
Yeah, me too. Do I dance? Yeah, like I have like this one signature move. It's like the universal hunt. Like I can go where the booty go. Okay,
that nigga said
solo. I just go with the line dances.
I watched a video of you performing with was it before the Rick Ross?
Probably so. With background dancers?
Yes,
That's
with the back. They were doing most of the dancing.
Hey, shout out to Jay Simone and the crew. Yes, of course. That was
that was the choreography.
Yes.
The dancers.
Yes.
Yeah, she did awesome. She made you look really, really good because you were not. You was just like two step,
I know my place.
just like this the whole time right here.
I know my place.
She was doing
I'm a vocalist. I'm a vocalist.
So what's the first single off of your? Okay, so you told me about your experienced Ray Vaughn.
Okay, so this new
What's
one is
your latest
entitled,
release?
She Loves Me Not. And the single we ran with is the one that you saw, Doctor. We shot the video with Jeff Adair, producer, Gumbo Southwest Music.
Is he out of Dallas?
Dallas, and his partner's out of LA.
Okay.
Yes,
Jeff
indeed.
Adair.
Mm-hmm.
And what inspired you to write She Loves Me Not?
Well, if you take it track by track, the entire project is evolving around a breakup. A hard breakup. So that was the track to break the monotony. It's done with heartbreak. So it leads to the next project. So it goes from I'll Die, Waterfall, Free Fall, Let You Go, Letter. Now it's Doctor. Doctor is like, as I'm fixing others, I'm fixing myself. Like, it's no more this depressed.
Right.
Sad. So the next one is Dreaming. And Dreaming is like leading to, oh, I'm back in the playing fields. Love is still out there.
So the album is like going through the whole whole breakup.
And then when I tell you that it's like true to scale, I'm talking about 99.6635 repeatable.
Paternity test.
Yeah.
Real. Okay.
So I mean, it's just
so crazy. I walked into my barber today, and he was listening to it. You know what I mean? I say I'm gonna be on it, and he was listening to it. You know, and I checked you out, man. You got a lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through, I saw you doing some covers of some different songs, and I'm like, damn, dude is good. You know what I mean? It just so happened that we just meeting today. Okay, so but I got a question for you.
Okay.
Somebody with your talent, that with the passion that you do, I know with the rap, it's 1,000 different people out there doing the same thing. So it's hard to set yourself apart. But when I watched you, I was like, this dude, he has already set himself apart. So why is it that you think that you haven't had that, or maybe you have, you know, but why is it that you think maybe that you haven't had that? Is that R&B? Is that R&B harder to break through as well?
Well, the deal with R&B is that it's not really a blueprint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's easy to service records through the club jam. So you have a lot of great DJs out there. No shade to the DJs, but if you have a crowd full of 30-something and below, you know, they want to turn up. Like nowadays, it's the turn up. Turn up. So you have Doctor. They're like, oh, man, you know, I love this track. I play it with my girl, you know, on the way to the club. But, you know, I don't want to mess up the energy in the club. So you have a decision to make. Do you want to drop something, banging track with auto-tune on it? And to me, I would say, you know, sacrifice your real gift,
your art,
and or do you want to stay the course and have your Ray Vaughn, your Tanks, your Genuine? It has to bounce back. So I look towards the thought process of performing. I don't need all that extra whatever. When it comes time to Grown and Sexy, they want to see a good show. My focus is staying in shape, and write timeless music. So no matter when it hits,
it's good.
It's gonna be good.
That's good shit.
But for me now, success is a little different. I'd rather hit the plays, do original music, do shows that are paid gigs versus sitting in the club throwing ones that I owe somebody. So I don't care about the fame as much as the ability to live off of what you love to do.
That's right on.
So what's your favorite song off the album? And you're a writer too, right?
Yeah.
So you write the music.
Did you write all your songs?
Most of them. I have collaborations with a few of them. Doctor is one of them.
Okay.
But man, I'm biased to a lot of them. You know, I'm really that heartbreak artist. I love writing about real emotions.
Is it because your heart has been broken?
That's possible.
Maybe he done broke a bunch.
But
come on, man.
I like
trying to get off into the deep stuff.
I like real stories.
Right.
So if you listen to any track on my project, it tells a story. So when it's time to perform, it's real easy to tap back into those feelings, and people buy the feeling. They buy your energy.
That's so true.
You know what I mean?
Because you can hear it on through the speakers.
So my favorite, if it's pop, I like Dance the Night Away. That's on my first project. Chasing Love, I still feel like that's going to be my movie song. Worked with a lot of good producers with Free Fall, with E-Man.
It was one song called A Man Like Me,
Man
is
Like
it?
Me. And that was my very first song I ever recorded when I came to Dallas.
Nah, that song was jamming when I watched it on YouTube. That was one of the songs you performed before the Rick Ross concert, right?
Well, 97.9 K104. Kiki J, shout out to Kiki J. She picked that up from Street Swag Sunday and really gave me major buzz with that. That was my song that put me on the chart. First real radio.
Yeah, and I liked it. I could tell why. So are you? Since this show is tonight about sex.
Here we go. And we're
off. She can't even say sex without laughing. Sex. Sex.
First, we need to know if you're single, because I know we have a lot of we have married, We have engaged. We have single, and married. Or well, are you? Well, I should ask first. Are you single?
What's your definition of single?
Listen.
Single means you're available to date other people.
I'm exclusive. I'm really exclusive.
What is that?
That mean you just can't jump into my VIP booth and just come. I got the ropes around it.
But are you dating someone now? I think is the question she was asking.
Man, y'all leave that man
Get
alone.
right up in there. You can get right up under that shirt.
Doing that whole artist
You're
thing.
being very evasive.
He is being
What?
very
That's what I mean,
evasive.
as an artist, it's like somebody trying to throw big bloomers up there. You don't want to catch those, so I'm gonna go to the
we're
other
gonna
side
put
of
his
the
picture
hill.
up
Okay, I'll
on a
let you
flirty
dance. I'll
30
let you dance.
so that you all
I'll let you
ladies,
dance.
so that you ladies can come
No,
in
because
and,
they,
and
we
express your
have
interest.
ladies. They might be feeling you.
They might be interested. They might want to
So-
contact us and say that they want to
What's
know
wrong
you.
with that? I'm an R&B artist.
Nothing is wrong with that at all.
Thank you.
But
Why is she giving me this
I didn't
this
say-
mama you talking in church look?
who?
You know,
She is.
Yeah, she
What
give me
is she
dark
on
child.
here?
That's Drea. That's her.
she look at me like you
She
nasty,
finna
dirty
date.
dog.
Dirty.
It's like just
No.
because I did the Matrix on that question don't mean I'm a bad guy.
No.
But
I do
we're
apologize
We're gonna
sincerely.
move. We're gonna move to our next guest, but I want to tell you all that you all can check him out on Rayvon for real on all the social media.
It's gonna be
Say so.
RAYVAUG.
Oh wait, I want to show his. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you, Drew.
You should have him sing.
Okay,
something.
and-
No, because
Wait, before
people
we go
play
into this
videos
video,
all
I need to, what's the
time.
hottie name? Oh, we going into the Love Doctor?
Hold on.
We're gonna go
Okay.
show the
Real quick,
video
real quick.
now. This
But
is
people say they can sing all the time, but they be needing a studio. So I just
There we
want
go.
I
Just
just
give us
want
just
you
a
just give
little
us
bit.
just a little bit something.
What do you want to hear?
something.
What do you like?
What was the song he was singing? The was it Tyrese?
Sorry.
Yes.
He gonna
Sing that
represent.
one.
I'm betting with him. Come on, black man, represent.
He about to tear it down.
I don't have an
He
auto tune
sing
over there.
For real.
I don't have an auto tune.
No.
That's cool. I need your forgiveness and your mercy too. I must be all kind of crazy for what I've done to you. I hope you understand that my heart is true. Mistakes I made them, but I'm making change for you. You need some more?
Let's go into that doctor video.
I was like, well, keep going.
Nah, I do this for real.
That was
He's good.
So he can sing
Yes,
in
he
real
can.
life. That was pretty awesome.
You gonna put the
That was
video
awesome.
up?
Thank you.
I want them to see the real video.
Yeah.
Because he said he'd work out and
So we going to the Love Doctor?
Lay your head down, lay your head down. Just lay your head down. It seems typical, feeling lonely. Sick of all of his games, sex, life drowsy. He can't find the time. Baby, you can have mine. My schedule's open daily, and for you all night. That's what I prescribe. You can take any time, as much as you like, girl. Before, after your meal, so you know the deal. You plug on the refill. Pharmacy's open all night. Come and get your good loving from me all night. My PhD in your body will make you high. And all you need's a dose of me, girl. Trust your doctor. You know I'ma take care of you and your doctor. You know everything's kept between you and your doctor. So when your boyfriend goes to sleep, call your doctor and come and get this remedy from your doctor. so numb, promise you'll be fine. It's what I prescribe. You can take any time, as much as you like, girl, before or after your meal. So you know the deal, your plug on the refill. Pharmacy's open all night. Come and get your good loving from me all night. My PhD in your body will make you high all night. And all you need to go slowly, girl, trust your doctor. You know I'ma take care of you as your doctor. You know everything's kept between you and your doctor. So when your boyfriend goes to sleep, call your doctor and come and get this remedy from your doctor. Lay your head down, lay your head down. Just lay your head down.
We are back, man. Let me tell you. I like that joint. I'm gonna have to put that on in the car.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
But that was the latest release from Ray Vaughn off of the She Loves Me Not album.
Listen.
That sounded like a real radio person
like
right
a
there.
baby. Hell. No.
But next, I want to introduce our guest, Tamara. I brought Tamara on the show today because the topic is about sex, and most of the ladies on the show are either married, engaged to be married, faking celibate, and I needed somebody.
Faking celibate.
Somebody that isn't gonna have anything holding them back from saying the truth.
Yeah, she doesn't have an overseer,
and plus
basically.
always bold and unfiltered and not afraid to be sexy on social media. So I was like, let me ask Tamara to come on. And I know she'll add some sauce to the combo. So we also do a segment called Flirty 30. And Flirty 30 is for ladies like Tamara that are single and that are out there and they're dating. And I haven't got a lot of feedback from a lot of y'all on social media, but I just want y'all to see that it's not just the person on the phone, it's a real person. And we just ask them questions about themselves. So I'm gonna ask Tam a few questions, Tamara, like a few questions like we would ask our normal Flirty 30 person. So the first question is, are you single?
I am.
You are single, and you have 3 beautiful children that are smart, athletic, kind, and they are just all around good kids. I met them while my son was playing basketball with the North Stars, and my little bitty baby, he loves your daughters.
Dynasty.
Oh my God, he loves.
Treasure.
You met JoJo. You met the little bitty one.
But Dynasty was his road dog.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the little bitty one that was up there,
Yeah,
pulling dunking people at the tank. You caught that? Yeah,
when you told him not to, he loved Dynasty. Yes. So I'm gonna ask you: is it hard to take? Is it hard to date having children? You know, at home that you take care of consistently all the time. Is it hard to like get in a relationship?
It is, because you, like with him, when he said he has to be exclusive, you have to be very exclusive when you have kids.
That's
it's
so
kind of
true.
like you live a double life. Dating, getting to know someone doesn't necessarily mean their position gonna be permanent. So
Right.
I can't bring them
folks
home.
around your
You can't get to
I
know
can't
my kids.
introduce my kids to them. Like
I
you
know a
have to be
chick. I
on-
swear to God. I'm like, you
that
just
ain't
gonna
cool.
let everybody
meet
That
the
ain't
kids.
cool.
Like, God damn, uncle. Like, your kids gonna get older and be like, my mama was a hoe.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, they're not in that blind stage no more. I have
Right.
an 8-year-old going on 28.
Right.
I have an 11-year-old who basically mimics everything I do. And I have a 15-year-old son that just ain't having it.
Right. So it's
And Lisa kind of has that problem too. With her oldest son, he's like not.
he doesn't want her.
Ain't
to
nobody
dress
finna talk
a
to my
certain
mama.
way.
Right.
Don't nobody
He
talk
come
to
around and
my
come be
mama.
like, who you?
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, that's how he does you too.
Yeah, I was
So
like
when
that
you do
too.
get out and you find some time to, you know, get to know somebody, that's usually away from your children and all of that type of stuff. You get to know people first before you bring
Right.
them back to the
Yes.
house and everything. So let me ask you this: what do you do for a living?
I do accounting and payroll. That's my 9 to 5. And, you know, you have to have a hustle these days. It's hard out here. So I specialize in microblading. Really all things glam. Your hair, your brows, your face. I'm your go-to.
Girl,
all in one.
lashes is popping. I was looking, I was like,
you.
damn, I need to get her to do my lashes.
And
They
these
so
are
cute.
just mink strips. And
Those are
I also
strips?
have these for sale as well. Yes.
Good.
And you
well, you're going to have to put them on me.
And what they last just for a day? I don't know nothing about
Well,
makeup.
these, I sleep in them, so they'll last like a good 2-3 days. Even like if you gently wash around your eyes, they'll still be on
Damn,
tomorrow morning.
Make me want some.
And that's with the glamour. That's with the glamour
I cannot.
effect, right?
The glamour.
Yes,
factor.
she's
Glamour factor.
Yes.
Glamour factor.
Can you put up that you already?
He already
Yeah, it's
had
up.
it. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay, and then we also have her on IG. Did you already put that up also? The glamour factor, and it also has her contact information. I have an image also of some work that she did. Don't you do the microblading
Yes.
with the? Did you just start?
I started in May. Yes. And it's working out really well for me.
And what do you call your the ladies that post the pictures? Your
my
brow.
dolls, my brow babes.
Your brow babes.
And they're hot.
They
So
are.
cute.
They're really repping.
Oh, that's cute. Girl, look. I need to look into you.
Yes, that'll save you some time.
Yes.
Wake up and go. You literally can wake up like that. Because, you know, we dry them brows on
woke
every
up
day.
like that.
That's part of our morning routine.
Right. I mean, it's some good lashes and your brows. All you need is
Right.
some lip
And that
gloss,
lip
and that's
gloss,
it.
Get up
And it
go.
lasts through all type of like regular
It
nighttime
does.
activity
It can last
and stuff
from
like that.
12
right?
to 18 months.
The
depending
microblading?
On, yes. Depending on your skin type will determine how many sessions you need. On average, 2 sessions should do you. So I'll see you annually. But if you have like overly excessive oily skin, or you just didn't take care of your lashes and your brows in the healing process, you would have to come back for possibly a third one.
Represent kinfolk. I see. This is my cousin, man. This is my little cousin, man. This is my little cousin, man.
JoJo know every damn body.
Hey, man, I'm DISD. Shit, Dallas, Texas, up born and bred.
So on social media, they can find you with the Glamour Effect on IG. They can contact you at theglamoureffect@gmail.com.
The Glamour Factor
The
at
glamour. I keep saying
gmail.com.
effector.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's the,
The
Glamour
Glamour
Factor.
Factor
I have an
at
image. I
Gmail.
put it right up on the image. I keep thinking about the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect, that movie.
Girl, they all in here asking how much you charge. And listen, y'all see her information. Hit the woman up. Be professional.
Okay, it's up on the screen.
It's up on the screen. Hit the lady up. Let's and slide in her
service you,
DM
ladies.
or call her. And
So what kind of guys do you usually find yourself dating or attracted to?
I can answer that one.
Nobody asked you anything.
She said nobody asked you nothing.
Well, me, I'm like an alpha female. Like, I can't date a guy that's too friendly. I mean, I don't want him to be a bully or overly aggressive, but you got to be able to check me a little bit too. Because if
so
I
what do
feel
you
like
mean,
I
like
can,
too friendly?
I mean, like anything I say you're gonna do, you just gonna
like
lay
a pushover.
down. Yeah, you can't be
Okay,
a pushover.
yeah, nobody want
And then
that.
friendly too. Like, I have a pretty smart mouth sometimes, so you may have to be able to stand up for us.
For us.
Right.
Yeah.
For us. Against the world.
Yeah. She ain't lying.
If you the one that's want to take off and run, like, you ain't for me.
Yeah. I think
Do most guys usually end up having to take off and run?
No.
No. They
No.
usually step
The
their
other
game
guy's
up.
gonna be running.
What are the problems you've had like dating, like with the guys? Have you like noticed like a trend? Like,
Yeah, the trend is just them being real. Like, I'm single. Honestly, I'm not even looking for anything serious right now. Like, I'm cool with taking my time. I got married at a very young age.
you been married
so
before?
taking my time, that's like the top of my to-do list. I don't want to rush into anything, but just being the honesty. Like, guys be out here living whole double lives. They have
That's so
women
true.
at home,
So
baby mamas. baby mamas they still dealing with, wives, and they're not honest about it until it hits the
shit hits the fan.
And then with this whole social media thing or whatever, they tell all kind of lies over Facebook. And then
listen,
then you get to know them in real life. But you find out they not who they.
This is the analogy that I always use, you know, because this is my blood cousin. We talk, we got a good bond. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of, and they always say, you know, well, not her particularly, but what a lot of women do, they run into it and they say, he lied. I found out he was lying. And I say, you know, I use this analogy, right? If you go in and you apply for a job, right? And they give you a drug test. You're not going to sit up there, and it's a great job. You know what I'm saying? You want the job. You're not going to say, you know what, my system dirty. You know what I'm saying? They're going to ask you, can you pass a drug test? And you're going to say, yes, I can pass a drug test. You know what I mean? You are going to lie. So when you meet a man, you know, and it's safe to assume, you know, 9 times out of 10 that if he's not in a relationship like head on, that he got somebody that he's rocking with in some kind of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna tell on ourselves, man. It's like,
my question when I was dating was always, why don't nobody want you? You seem like you so wonderful.
Exactly.
Like why you by yourself? Why you single? What's wrong with you? What the hell's
and
wrong?
then like the thing with me,
and find out it's like, oh, you not single.
And then the thing is, I don't expect perfect. Like I expect real. I'm not perfect. Everybody has a background. Everybody has skeletons, but be real about it. Like let me know up front what I'm dealing with.
Right.
That way I don't have to find out later on down the line, because I'm past the phase where I'm gonna give you 50 tries.
Yeah.
You good for 2, maybe even 1. Right. It's just something it's a complete deal breaker. So be honest up front. Like,
and now to
let
the
us know.
defense of the R&B niggas, I'm gonna tell you this.
Y'all ain't know better. It's
okay,
the same.
well, how about this? Myself. I'll speak for myself. If you want the perfect crazy woman, lie to them about your situation. I'm very straight up when it comes. Do you have somebody? Boom, boom. Are you dealing? Yeah, because now I can't miss nothing I never had.
Okay.
That's just real. But now if I want my windows broken out or some stuff like that, I say no, I have nothing. Oh, well, cool. Yeah, no, I don't deal with nobody. And then now you buy that.
Yeah.
I think you buy that angry woman.
Right.
And that's the worst thing you can ever have on your hand is an angry woman.
Right. Oh well, yeah, I guess so. And I've been the angry woman a couple of times.
I can believe that.
You can believe that.
Just a little bit. Like I believe you.
I'm just like a little bit spicy, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot.
Just spicy as far as crazy.
Yeah. I get outside of my element every once in a while, but I feel like sometimes you have to give people what they're looking for, and it's like, you know what?
And my thing
I said I wasn't gonna wild out,
right?
But you just done push me to that point, so here we go.
Right, and I feel like you have to set the tone.
Right.
I'm not gonna be a doormat. I'm like Beyonce. I'd rather be crazy than walked over.
Yes.
So if you push me to that point, just be prepared for the consequences.
Listen, fan, are you going to the concert?
So I let say Lemonade. That was classic when she hit that.
Are you gonna be there?
But that's true.
No, I ain't going to the concert.
But only a certain. Like when your feelings are really involved can bring that out, because sometimes I just cut you off. I don't care. I don't need an apology. There's not a reaction. It's nothing. Like we never met.
I have any kind of relationship with. Like just if your energy bad, I'd be
really invested my feelings and you took it there. Oh, I'm going out with a bang, literally.
I can't imagine not being married anymore.
She is not lying.
I'm going out with a bang. So
what she said, she going out with a bang. Like, we should be free because you want to go out with a bang.
Always.
But I can't imagine not being married anymore and getting back out there dating, because I would be exactly like you. Like I would be cut. Like I can't settle at the what?
Yep, that's me.
You gonna do what? No, I did that before. We're not playing that game again.
I couldn't do it. But then you get all the dudes that say,
"Oh, you letting your old relationships or whatever like
because I give everyone
how you handle your new relationsals."
But you be a fool to ignore the red flags, though.
Right.
What do you think about that, JoJo?
Think about what?
About women
JoJo.
coming into new relationships.
I think that y'all have all the power. You know what I mean? And I think y'all lose that power. We're going to make that segue into the sex. I think that
let's go to the commercial break first.
Then.
No, that's where some of us gain.
Because after we come back from the next commercial
now we going to commercial.
We're going to have a live QCNA, and then after the live QCNA, we're going to get into the sex talk.
Okay.
Let's talk.
And if you call in, did you try to go to the commercial? If you call in with questions, we're going to drop some money off in your cash
And what's
app.
the number?
Oh, you gonna put the number up?
Oh, he's gonna put the number.
Okay, he's gonna put the number up too when we get back, and we'll see it.
Y'all don't call up here on the bull.
Stay
please.
tuned.
Like I did.
Caught urinating in public, at a church, nursery school, your neighbor's pool. Call Wild Monkey Design right now. That's every man's right, and we'll defend your freedoms in court. Call this number at the bottom of your screen.
The day I was diagnosed with diabetes was the worst day of my life. When the doctor told me how expensive all my medicine was gonna be, I nearly fainted. I'm on a fixed income. But Wild Monkey Design was there for me. They pay for my medication and even deliver it to my door. Thank you, Wild Monkey Design.
Do you struggle putting beans in your chicken roast? Nothing you try seems to work? Now you can put those worries behind you with a Grind a Bean 2.0, brought to you by Wild Monkey Design.
We don't do any of this shit. We're a Wild Monkey Design, your identity design firm. We do web design, web development, analytics, SEO, social media integration, logo design, and layout design. Call us today for a quote. Hey bro, what you over there doing, man? What you?
You paid for a 2-hour film session. It's been 2 hours.
No, man. Can I just get 5 more minutes?
Herb. Yo, I don't think we should talk about this.
Thank y'all. Thank you all for coming back. So now we're gonna just jump right off into why we're here tonight. Drea, don't act like that. Drea told me not even to ask my first question.
No, don't.
But I said I brought out the wine tonight because I want everybody to be chill, like hanging out with your homies, and sex comes up. And the first question is usually like, when was the last time that you had sex?
Oh, that's crazy.
You think that's crazy to ask? Yeah. When was the last time? That's what she said. She said that was crazy.
I said that's intrusive as hell.
That's intrusive and invasive.
Oh, I guess since I'm married and I know it's going down on the regular, it don't seem like it's that much for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not gonna ask. These people don't want to.
I'm glad I'm
do
not
none of the questions.
tripping.
Okay, so let me ask you
I'm not
this.
tripping about me because I'm an open book. You
Okay,
know what
so
I mean?
let me ask y'all this. So, as far as sex, I know people were having sex when they were in college or in high school and stuff like that, and now we're 30-something years old. Would you say that sex was better then, or is sex better now?
Now, because I know what I'm doing.
Right.
He know what he doing.
I had to go with that.
Hey, listen, ain't no directions being given. Ain't no road maps.
Everything is already lined up.
Listen.
That's what I told my
already
friend
know what
today at
time
work
it
too,
is.
when I told her about the topics, that I feel like it's better now for those reasons that you said right there, because you know yourself, you know your body,
right?
You know what you want more.
And when you've been with somebody for a while, like
They trained up. huh?
listen, they know what's for you. They know like they know you.
And if you with somebody, you better say right now. You better not be talking about no throwback. So you know what I mean?
Thank you
No, I'm
for
just
catching
saying.
that.
Oh, if it was better.
No,
then
yeah, if it was better, you know what
But
I mean.
I'm talking about just the
that's like a
craziness of it.
that's
I'm
like
talking about
Be with
the whole
somebody
thing.
for a long
that's
time.
still like a whitewash question. You know what I'm saying? We need to
but
get to
I'm
the
saying,
real
okay,
deal.
so I'm saying I'm talking about the whole experience. Like I feel like when you were younger,
I feel like I had
it
more
wasn't
energy.
It wasn't like just one, you know, you weren't in a committed relationship
Right.
or anything like that. You might have experienced more than one or two.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Was that more fun? Did you enjoy the thrill of like getting to know new
If
people?
you did, if you attached today, you can't say it and go home. So
I'm not even talking about anybody in particular.
No,
So
just
so they can
the
answer
action
that.
itself.
So like when you're younger, like from a guy's perspective, sex is like a sport. It's
Right.
like, can I get that? They had that kind.
Because you count notches.
But but when you get older, it's like the connection kind of means you don't have that same just overflow of energy that you just want to just pour into anything.
Right,
Now it's just
right.
like something has to turn it on.
Yeah.
Something has to like okay, that's worth going there or something.
Right.
It's a little different.
it has to have a different motive versus
I feel
just
like
a
I
knock.
had a lot more energy when I was younger. Like I could go for a while, but it's like now I give me like a good half hour. and it'll be
And
a
we
good
good.
half hour.
And he's saying we gotta we gotta
call.
we gotta call.
Hey, who's calling? Who's calling? Hello?
Hey.
Hey, who is that?
Turn on the speaker.
You know who it is, girlfriend.
Hey, Lisa. It's Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Lisa, what's up?
My next question was gonna be about you, girl.
Okay, can I say hey to Rayvon?
What's up, Lisa? How you doing? Where you at, Lisa? Where you at?
What's your music, Rayvon?
She said she like your music, Rayvon.
Hey, I really appreciate that. Now, do you have the project? Do you have the album? Are you at least streaming it?
I'm gonna send it to her
on the show.
Huh?
Okay,
Yeah,
so let me go
she's
with my
gonna grab it.
question for Miko. I am clutching my pearls and holding my Bible right
I know
now.
you are. I know you are, girl.
Bless him.
Y'all nasty people going to hell.
I'm not going there, ma'am. Say specific
What's
names.
your question?
Rayvon ain't going down there.
But the question is, the size matter?
I can answer that for
Of
the ladies.
course, it
Hell yeah, the
matters.
size matter to ladies. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
I'm gonna tell this story real quick. So size does matter until it's ridiculous. So this is not a story about me.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so it was
Story
a
about a
girl that
friend.
stayed downstairs from me in the dorm, and her name was Chanel. Okay, Chanel was she did a competitive cheerleading. She was built almost like a linebacker. She was
She
thick.
used to do nails for Rochelle.
Yeah, that one. So Chanel messed with this dude named Buck.
Buck.
Okay.
Sound like her.
Now, when there was tales about Buck at Commerce, anybody from Commerce, shout out. Everybody know
She
Buck,
gave his school
and the
with his
girls
name.
knew. And the girls knew the tales about Buck.
That
girl stayed
wine.
downstairs from me, and when I was in my
That
dorm
wine.
room, I could hear
refill
her
her cup.
screaming and furniture moving. And I'm like, she had to go have surgery because he tilted her cervix. I don't need that. I don't
Oh,
need
and
that.
everybody knew about it.
Okay, but that's the extreme.
I
on
don't
the
need that.
But she's asking to the women. I know the answer.
Buck was bucking.
Size matters, but what's more important for me is like it's got to be a connection. Like if it ain't no connection,
That's more
there,
important than size.
It don't matter what
Size.
you. It don't matter what you. I
you
can't have sex without a connection.
I mean, I do agree with that, but I'm saying like it's a
I'm not
lethal
even gonna be
combination,
into it.
right?
I'm with
Like
that.
we don't
I'm with
even
that.
get to that part unless there's a connection, obviously. But once
you are into it,
The
I think
more a woman loves you, the less size matters.
The
When them
less
feelings
size
disappear,
matters.
that size. That's
Gotta
why
be
when
working
you
with
see
something.
you see the women here with your look, with your little dick ass look. You see it all the time.
But you been sleeping with her for 3
So you
years.
been sleeping- but once the feelings gone, and I'm telling you, I done seen it too many times, and you know, when a woman, I'm not talking about for me. Say, look, because you call me
Did it
Mr.
happen to
No,
you?
I'm just saying you call me Mr. McDowell. Because I ain't got the Big Mac, but I got the Big Mick. You know what I'm saying? So
I cannot.
I'm just gonna keep it
This too
funky.
much.
What I'm talking about, I'm in the
Where
look.
is JoJo at so we can ask her?
Look, I'm
where's
talking about
he
in the
said where
circle.
Miss JoJo?
I'm talking about in the circle. So you see it all the time. Those women fronting
Yes.
when those feelings gone.
But it'll be a
Look at
lie,
and they
right?
feel like they doing that man a favor by being with him because he got a little dick. You know what
But
I'm saying?
sometimes the dudes don't even be. That's just something that women are programmed to say. You know, sometimes like they say hurtful stuff. Like a dude be like, "Oh, this why yo stink anyway." And it's like, why would you put a girl out there like that? I
Sam,
can't
have
do
you
it out
ever,
a
have
girl
you ever
on
called a
Facebook.
dude
I'm
out
like,
like in
dude.
public and said to him like,
And
You
then-
have talked to him about it.
Oh, she.
She said that with the straightest face.
No,
I
like
have.
with me, sex it can somewhat be a deal breaker.
Yes.
Like I don't want to have to cheat. I don't want to have to fake it. I want to get mine off just like I want you to get yours off. So sex does play a big part in size. Like some stuff is just a deal breaker too.
Right.
I'm
Right.
sorry.
I'm like, uh-oh.
and you would say that from the beginning. Like
Sound like a real
you would
answer.
say that from the. Have you ever had to tell somebody that from the beginning?
No,
You can't tell.
but
Have you ever faked
no,
it?
my energy will change.
Have you ever
Right.
faked it?
Right.
Every woman has.
Every woman has faked it.
She, this is, like I say, this is my cousin.
Every
And
woman has
it
faked
was
it.
one guy, and it was one time, and it was out of
we
there.
used to
She called me. She earned his ass out. You know what I mean?
Listen.
You got less leeway because, like I said, a woman really does feel like. So that's why when we sex y'all good and we know we got y'all, and I'm just being honest, I'm being transparent. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
when we sex y'all and we know we got y'all good, that's where the games come. That's where, you know what I mean? That's where because we know we got
feel like he could throw that rag at you afterwards.
Yeah, that looks like dick is the great equalizer. You know what I'm saying? That's the neutralizer. I don't give a damn what y'all got on us.
Right.
That's where we regain that power. We shift it. Boom, you eyes. Now come on, walk with me.
But why
you know what I mean?
But why do y'all feel
Walk
like
with
y'all
me.
the only person with a penis though?
I'm not saying we the only one with a penis, but what happens with women is once y'all find
The same way y'all like, oh, you know, one vagina is like.
But it's the
for
same way with vagina.
No, it's
too,
not.
'cause
It's
yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's
some
not.
Some are better than others.
Yeah, I mean, vagina is pretty much the same in the range. Head set y'all apart. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I'm just saying. Look.
Damn.
Okay, look, let me dab back, man. My old lady probably looking. Let me get up out of here.
Oh,
Another
okay.
call?
Oh, okay, Lisa. Are we gonna
We
end
got
her
another
call?
call
We have another
coming in,
call
Lisa.
coming in, Lisa. Thank
Bye.
you, Lisa.
Damn, she was still on
Hold
the
that
phone.
Bible, Lisa. Hold that Bible tight.
See you later, Lisa. Talk to you later. Still
Hey,
hooking you
who's
up,
on the
girl.
line? They hung up. Okay.
Okay, so if you
whoever
are
was
one,
calling, you can call back and we
Yes.
can entertain you.
please call back. Okay, I have another question. Who can remember the song, or for some, the album that was on the CD player the first time they made love?
We gonna love Doctor have
Yeah,
a
I
talk.
went
Come on,
deaf.
love
I don't
Doctor.
even
Come through,
remember
love
what it
Doctor.
What's
You
the?
remember?
I know that mine was
Silk.
Silk. That's exactly who it was. It was Silk.
I remember
That
it was
wasn't
Prince
back in the
Dooley
day.
Baby, like one of the ones that
I never
first time.
played
Hey,
music.
who's calling?
I have a question.
Who are you?
Okay, what's your question?
Who are you? Who are you?
My name is Delonda.
Hey,
Hey, Delonda.
Hello.
What's your question?
How are
Hey,
you?
bestie.
Oh, this your best friend.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
I'd like to
ugly.
know what's you guys' greatest fear in a relationship?
Greatest
What do you feel
fear in a relationship, right? I don't like wasting time.
Yeah, wasting my time.
My
Wasting
greatest fear is like
energy.
that I would be in the dark about something. Like, cause my greatest fear is like when I'm with you, like the worst thing you could ever do is have me in the dark and have somebody else come in and turn the light on.
Right.
And like
that's
I don't want that. That's my greatest
Great
fear.
analysis.
That's good stuff. I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
What's your greatest fear?
My greatest
My greatest fear in a relationship?
Yeah.
Mhm. What's your greatest fear?
My greatest fear in a relationship is just what that young lady said. I would hate to be
In the dark.
totally in love with someone because mental connection is so important nowadays because it's so easy to have sex with anybody.
Right.
But that would be my greatest fear is to be so in love with someone and someone else just shows up.
Right. Or to be like that dumb girl. Cause you like love will have you caught
I'm
up.
gonna be the dumb girl.
Right. Love will have you caught up.
She said she can be the dumb girl in jail.
Anybody that I have love for,
Mm-hmm.
anybody that I care for, your heart is my heart. My heart is your
No.
heart.
Right.
Why
That's
would you
deep.
Why would you want to just throw my heart on the ground like that?
And it's yours. That's true.
you up, nigga.
In real life though. Like
I
I watch a lot
I
of
don't give
snakes.
nobody. I don't give nobody that kind of power.
My
over me.
my greatest fear, and I've been in a relationship for a long time, is just sometimes I don't know what he's thinking. And it's like I just have like a urge or a desire to
Thank you
wanna
for
know
calling.
what it is that
Thank
he's
you.
what it is that he's thinking, or where his head is,
you'll
or where
never
his
know,
mind is, and stuff
Girl.
like that. I have that question all the
They
time,
don't
and
never
that's
be
one of the
thinking
things
about
he
what
don't-
we think
He'll
they
be like,
thinking
I'm not
about,
even.
though.
He was like, I'm not thinking about nothing.
It's like, but you
And I'll
thinking
be
about
like,
something.
no, it's
It'd be like a
something that's
video
going on in
game
your
or
mind.
something. And you're there looking like real pensive about something. It's like nothing important at all.
And you can be together you can be with somebody for years and you still not have like
Right, that connection.
That's real deal.
clear understanding of where their head is at certain times. But when I know where somebody's head is or where their mind is, then I can navigate. I know what to do. I know how to act. I know how
Yeah, he
to
just trying to
make
keep you
what I
busy.
want to happen, happen,
You
whatever.
know how to
but
control shit and
That-
manipulate.
that's what it
basically.
sounds like.
Nah,
Sounds like
but
you want to
I
control
was
it.
thinking that, but I was like, no, that's not what she meant by that.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
what she-
not
what
it.
she-
You know,
That's what
that's
you
not what I
spelled
mean.
out,
It's just
though.
like an
That's what you spelled
understanding.
No, but it's like I live my life defensively. Like even in my relationship, I live defensively. So it's like whenever like if I and this is something that guys don't do. Guys aren't thoughtful like this. So it's like
Say some guys. Say some guys.
Say, yeah,
Because I feel
thank
like
you,
you're throwing
Mr.
a
I'll
little
say
shade
some,
cloud over
Some
like
guys.
99.9
No,
damn
this
eight.
ain't the paternity test.
But,
We already did that.
but I'm saying in the aspect that women are naturally thoughtful because we have like motherly instinct and
Yes,
things like
that's
that.
y'all
So when I'm out, like I noticed he needed some new t-shirts. So
Yeah.
when I'm out, let me go ahead and grab
Right.
that. It's like, but with him, I have to say, hey, when you're at the mall, do you mind getting blah, blah, blah? And it's like, I stay in front of him when it comes to stuff. I know he's probably hungry. He done got off. He probably didn't eat lunch or whatever. So let me go ahead and pick him up something to eat. Or let me go ahead and cook something. Him, he be like, well, shit, you didn't say you wanted nothing to eat?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was hungry.
Exactly.
We got another caller.
Out, like,
Hey, who is it?
Hey.
Hello?
She's listening to us.
Can you turn your radio down?
Feel like K104. Remember, turn your radio down.
Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
Okay, well, we're going to hang up, and whoever this can call back.
Make sure you turn your radio down.
Don't do me.
Can I
Link
touch
is
back-
singing me because you already know
Can
where
I
I'm
touch
coming
back on
from.
something real fast
Yes.
about the 6 Act?
Oh, so we can start talking about this head again.
because it's important to understand.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to get y'all some jewels here. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When it comes to men and sex. Vagina, you don't want me to say the P word.
Thank you.
It's, y'all don't have that control over us like we have control over y'all with the sex. Really, for the men, for the most part, sex is about ego. You know what I'm saying? So if we please y'all and we know we pleasing y'all, then a lot of the times that's enough for us. We don't go crazy in behind the coochie. You know, like, oh, it's just so good. It's just
Maybe
so fun.
you don't.
You saying that you
I've
never
had
had something that you
stalkers.
go crazy about?
But it wasn't about the. It wasn't. I don't think it was necessarily.
It might
about
not
the,
have been about that. It might have been about
It's
the whole
that-
complete package.
The whole complete
Right,
package.
right,
It's
I
not
think we
just-
got the caller back.
yeah.
Hey, who is that calling?
hold on.
Hello, okay.
Hello.
Well, we paying per hour, so y'all gonna have to hurry up.
They said, hold on. Who is
Hello?
That's what I want.
We got to take. We have another call on the line. If you're not,
Hold on.
baby, who is that? Hang up.
You're gonna have to call back. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
God bless you.
Hold on. It's a big one.
It's a new call. Who's calling? Who's calling?
This is Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Is that your other friend too?
They are too.
What's your
Good
question,
friends.
Kim?
My question is, I actually want to ask. I want to ask Rayvon a question because he seems like he's more on that
what's up to
grown man
Rayvon?
level,
I felt like
kinda
that was
wanna
coming my
ask
way.
him a question.
All right, what's up, man?
He's sitting over here talking like he Trey Songz.
For real.
Hey, a professional.
He's Barry White Boys.
Question is, like, are we still talking about sex?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, all of that.
Okay. So, what do you feel about grown men that don't go below the belly button?
How do you feel about
you're
it?
talking to Mr. R&B, right?
Mr. R.
So here's the thing for me. When you're in a relationship, you kind of got to ask your question like, what are you willing to not do? So this is kind of how I do it in a relationship. So if you're not gonna cover all the bases, are you willing to say, okay, I'm okay with her going out getting this from somewhere else? Me, negative. Right. I'm gonna handle everything that needs to be handled in a relationship. You know what I
Everything
mean?
that needs to be handled.
Because now if you go out and say, I went and got oral sex because you wouldn't do it.
Right.
Well, guess what? As a man, I have
That's
to
your
say
fault.
that's my fault.
But you just said at the end, you said in a relationship.
In a relationship.
So we're gonna talk about your first introduction to somebody.
First
Is that a
introduction
part
to
of the
somebody,
is that a part of the package?
It's a screening process, bro. Like I'm
Okay.
a real high maintenance when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah.
New relationships, I need to see your nails clean. I
Yeah.
want to be around you to watch you brush your teeth after you
Yeah.
eat a bad burger. Like I want to it's
sure you
levels
take
to
care
that
of
kind
So
of
you're
stuff.
not
You know what I
passing
mean?
it out like free samples. It has to be
hell-
earned. See, he
hell
old
no.
school.
Wait,
No.
so since he's, I'm sorry. Thank you for calling.
That was a good question.
Good question.
So I wanted to touch on this real quick, and I was talking to one of my friends about this. He says, girls had to have clean nails and wash breath, see all that hygiene stuff.
That's just
But
me.
dudes do not go to the doctor.
Hey, that's some
And-
dudes. Again,
Some dudes.
Well, some dudes, I'm gonna say
Most.
majority,
Or they nails
of dudes
don't be clean
do
either.
not go to
I ain't
the
gonna pass
doctor.
up
Like
on
they
Mine do.
strictly rely on the woman, especially guys
You
who
gotta
are like
clean me.
really sexually active. Like they don't go to the doctor. It's just they just play Russian roulette with their penis.
Sweetheart, who is this on the line?
She gone.
This is Kim.
Did you say Kim? Did you say all guys or did you say real men?
It's a new call.
Oh, it's a
okay.
new-
Who
hey,
is this?
Kim.
Not the same
I
person.
feel like you was on that grown man.
Yeah, and that, well, you asked for a grown man. That's a grown man. We're not talking about all guys, most guys. We're talking about grown men. Grown
Well, we
men
are
don't need
talking
the woman to say, "Go
Oh,
check
we
on
got a
yourself."
new caller. New caller.
call.
Who's calling?
This is Ricky.
What's
What up,
up,
Ricky?
Ricky?
Mr. Dodd.
Is that Ricky Dodd?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Ricky
Dodd.
Dodd.
What's up, Ricky?
What up, Rick?
You know his voice. Hey,
know
what's your
Ricky
question,
when you call
Ricky?
me?
All right, it's more of than a question. It's kind of like this. Since we talking about sex still, right?
Yes. Y'all some perverts.
This is my thing about sex. There's 3 different ways of sex that goes on with people, right? So I believe that it's like
Put your seatbelt on.
it's fucking,
Huh?
it's having sex, and it's making love. There's
Oh.
3 different ways of it.
What was the third one I heard?
Making love.
Fucking and
Making
making
love.
love.
All right, Ricky.
That sounds
What
like
was the
one
other
good
one?
night to
Proceed,
me.
Ricky. You talking some real talk. What's up?
It's fucking, having sex, and it's making
What
love.
is happening
Okay.
right now?
There's 3 different ways of it because
Okay.
you can meet somebody and be going out with them, and you can just be fucking them, and it don't mean anything.
Okay.
You can have somebody that you're dealing with, that you're having sex with, and that's when the feelings start coming around.
Okay.
And that's how you get to the point where you're making love. So I think a lot of times people get it twisted, and they just be, that's why relationships don't work, because they be fucking and not even into a relationship.
That's true. And a lot of women think that they making love and the dude just be doing
So
what
like-
you said.
Oh
Fucking.
my God.
So what's the question?
But how let me ask
Did you
this.
have a question?
Nah, he just
Let me ask you this. How does a woman how does a woman determine if they are being made love to or if they're being fucked?
Oh, say it again.
Honestly, it depends on how he treats you. It depends on how he do it to you.
That grandparent is fucking.
If he rough with you and he get his and get up and walk out, he
You getting
fucking you.
fucked. Yeah.
Oh, so if a man take his time with you and he real gentle and smooth, I've been out of dating scene for a long time. Because I'm saying I don't think that this really.
Why we
is that
can't
no?
just get hit
Because
with
some
a
men are just aggressive.
Why we can't get hit with the 3 piece in one night? That's all I'm saying. I don't understand what y'all talking about.
I don't know if that really
You can like
clears
cascade.
it up.
But and that's how men. If you look at that, that's how men look at it sometimes.
Is that how y'all look at it?
A lot of times,
like you.
A lot of times, y'all women
at this
be,
age.
y'all women, listen, I don't know if I can hear you. All right, so a lot of times, y'all women be in love with a man, and at the same time, his feelings ain't there. He just fucking, and that be the thing that mess up relationships.
Well, y'all should stop doing that.
But the thing is, if you're with a woman and you're sleeping with her, and you know she has feelings for you, you are now responsible for those feelings.
Ooh.
If you know that they're there.
The devil is a lie.
It is too.
I'm
Not a
not
responsibility.
I'm not
If you
responsible
know
for,
that she has those feelings and you're still fooling with her on that level, knowing she has those feelings for you.
So the average man, if he's not in a relationship, and I say that for the women, but we gonna have more partners if we not in a relationship
Right.
than a woman is.
Thank you for calling, Ricky.
Thank you.
So if I'm sexting 3 or 4 women, I'm not talking about me personally. I'm just talking about as a man,
You okay?
and I'm good at what I do. Am I responsible for all of y'all feelings? No, you can't
I'm not saying you're responsible for her feelings in that aspect, but what I'm saying is, if you know that she's falling for you and you don't have those feelings, it's your responsibility to say, "Hey,
it's communication.
Hey, I see that you getting, you feeling a certain type of way, and we need to have this conversation. We need to talk, because a lot of times we don't have conversations.
But wait. Is
and
that the man role or the woman role that feel
It's
like she's
both
falling?
parties.
Thank you, Mr.
It's
Bond.
both
You know what I mean? I agree with the conversation.
A lot of times when women bring up that conversation, the guy plays along. He's
Right,
still
that's what
not
I'm saying,
honest.
because he don't want to let go of the cookie.
Okay, so do you bring up the
Exactly.
conversation while you in there, like me and
No.
Stroke, or you?
No.
I mean, because that's the setup.
Nah, look, she hit you with that text when you
claws
leave.
in the back.
No.
Tell me you love me. Okay.
But I mean, if you feel like, and I'm not like with my dude, like that's when we were. It was like shortly after, I was like, I think I might love this nigga.
So now, who expressed that first though? Did you bring that to his attention?
I did.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
I mean, that's communication. You can't
right.
shelter
I have
that.
to, because I'm putting the ball in your court at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'm hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
I want that for life.
He
Yeah.
ran. He ran. He was like, oh hell no. But he made a lap. came on right back.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what if he ran and didn't come back? Would you be more satisfied that he left when you were serious?
Baby,
or?
listen.
Can't never come back.
Listen, them eggs was not all in one basket at that point.
That's
I mean,
real.
and you know what? So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
What you doing and what you just explained is you taking responsibility. You're not laying it in the lap of a man. You see what I'm saying?
And I was actually I was heartbroken that he couldn't completely say that he felt. However, but at the same point in time, I was like, well, at least he told me, because a lot of times dudes would be like, not telling you but still doing whatever. But he just didn't know.
Okay.
So let me ask you this, because you're married. And we had Zelton come on one of my posts that said, I asked, is it appropriate for women to sit around and talk about sex? And he was like, men do. And I want to ask you, as a married man, because Zelton is married, do you sit around with your homeboys or your friends and talk about sex? Or do you talk about sex with your wife? Like, what type of conversations?
I never disclose nothing that goes on in the bedroom with me and my wife. You know what I mean? That's off limits. Never.
So then how can you have a conversation? What do you talk about? You talk about old stuff?
Talk about
I don't have that
general.
I mean, we speak about it in general. We get the speed of who hot in the chops. You know what I'm saying?
Who's hot in the chops?
Who out here getting it in?
You better get these nuggets. You better get these nuggets he's throwing out.
And you know what? Anytime I make an appearance and I talk about anything that has to do something with relationships and sex, I get chopped up. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be that sacrificial lamb, because I'm gonna keep it funky like a hobo junkie. You know what I mean? I'm like a hobo junkie.
You were just
I need
full
to
of
write
all
this
these.
shit down.
No, I'm just saying, because
Where you from again?
I'm from North Dallas.
That's it.
Yeah.
You
So I'm from North Dallas Projects, right up the street. Y'all
He ran North Dallas all together. Like
North Dallas.
I'm feeling you. I got that.
Yeah, so.
Whitehurst.
No, wife is off limits. We do get the speed on what's going on, but yeah, men talk about sex. What is you talking about? Let me tell you something. When a man gets old and this thing stops working, what does he have?
What age does that come about?
Well, I don't know, but you got Viagra, you have Cialis. If y'all get old and y'all things stop working, what do y'all have?
I'm gonna jump off the roof.
You know what I mean? So we got something to fix.
Didn't they have something come out for women?
Women have things to fix that too.
I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they have stuff for women
that was
too.
afterwards, but
Like,
men,
that was
you don't
after
never-
pills.
we never stopped that thought. That we never
Because
stopped
men,
that thought.
I know some men that had babies in their 50s and 60s and stuff like that.
My
They
papa
still-
had a baby like at 60 something.
I'm telling you,
Kudos
it
to
don't
him,
stop.
Paw. Get it in, Paw.
But let me tell y'all this. To prepare for the show tonight, I watched the TED Talks video. And it said that
Did you say TED Talks?
TED Talks, yes,
Yeah,
TED
that's
Talks.
what she said.
It said that only 7% of married couples get it in all the time, like on a regular
You're right.
basis. It said
I
it
can
said
see
that
that.
20% of marriages meet the criteria for a sexless marriage, defined as sex less than 10 times a year.
That's
Most relationships fall into the category of once a week, so about 58 times a year. Could any of you all, which one of those do you all see yourself falling in? The 7% of all the time, 28%? I'm sorry, 20% of sexless 10 times a year, or the most married couples where it's like 1 or 2 times a week.
I've heard stories of when you get married, you get complacent. You know, and I've been married. And
you've been married
and
before.
you go through that phase of where, he's right here. He's fine. I mean, we'll do it tomorrow or something like that.
And you go a week?
But let me tell you, no. See, now, there you go
Okay.
again. No. See, here's the deal. I think when you have two, you're in a relationship, especially married, if you're willing to say, hey, you're my man or you're my woman, you fine, you're attractive, you're going to go out here and do what you do, and I expect you to live off this once a week.
You say yourself.
I'm not going to eat one meal a week, am I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I may eat one meal here. It's not going to be a man is going to eat, a woman is going to eat. So if you're into
What
me,
did you cook?
if you're into me, I need you to read that. Okay, my man's active. He needs this. This is what he needs.
Because you know your spouse.
Because most me even now I'm not a high.
But is it a woman's
in-demand
job,
need this.
like, to Like, what if she's not into it? Like, can it be a balance in there?
It has to be a balance.
Yeah. Okay.
It has to be a balance because if you're working
You can't
corporate
just
America,
be-
high stress, it's cool. Now I'm not going to ask 2-3 times a day, but
2-3 times a day.
I said, I'm not going to ask that. I said
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask that. But at least, let's have a
You need a
conversation
nail.
about
It's the
that.
difference
And-
between balance and negligence. Let's just get that clear.
Right.
It's a
And then you
difference-
have to
it's the
know,
difference
like,
between
what you're
balance and
not giving,
negligence.
he's gonna go get.
But that's both ends. You know,
But-
you know your
Right.
partner when you're coming into it. So if you know that you got that partner that needs it and needs it and needs it, you know, male or female, and you know they not gonna get it, you know, you're not gonna give it to them. Then you can't be surprised if they go out and get it.
But at the same time, it's a high responsibility. If you say, "Do you need anything?" and I'm saying, "I'm good." Now, part of this is my fault because I'm not articulating. Look, I'm deprived in this area right here. And the same thing for a woman. I still think as a 33-year-old man that a woman has more leeways, more to do whatever she want to do. No man can ever outslick a woman.
Exactly.
And I always
A determined
I
one.
keep that. Yeah, I keep that over high. I'll
Yeah.
never be better doing what they do than a woman.
Say, I'm telling you,
That's just
he's
some-
speaking like a man. Look, we on the same page. I'm glad y'all sent me somebody up here. You know what I mean? Where I wouldn't be sounding like a radical.
Oh, I'm happy you found somebody to be on
But
the
that
same
is
page.
true.
Mr.
Like,
Vaughn, the love doctor, clap it up. Goddamn, that boy's good.
I would love to sit here and talk to y'all more.
Wait, hold on. I want to say this.
It is over already.
Well, I want to say
Let's
this,
talk
that
about-
I feel like guys also need to make sure that women, like, okay, yeah, you need it, but make sure that you making sure that she's wanting it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
she's
Another high five on that.
You have to clear it out. A woman can't be her best sexually if she has a cluttered and frustrated
Right.
mind. We understand that. But you know, I did have a question that do I have
Yeah,
time
go
to
ahead.
answer? Okay, so is it considered good sex if y'all don't come? If y'all get everything?
horrible.
That's
Hell no.
okay.
What?
Okay.
Hey, what?
Attitude.
We ain't do nothing. It don't count.
Okay, so if y'all get
If you don't
so if-
dug it, it don't count.
Okay, so if you
Like,
get
I knew
an
that answer.
orgasm,
I knew that answer
so the
right there.
orgasm is the end goal. It doesn't matter.
It's always
It doesn't
the end
matter.
goal.
Okay, I got it.
What we doing it for?
We appreciate you all for tuning in. We hope to see y'all back next week. Thank you,
Hey.
Tamra. Thank you, Rayvon. Thank you, JoJo. Thank y'all for coming.
Uncle
Thank you,
JoJo.
y'all.
Thank y'all for
Uncle,
Yeah.
Uncle JoJo. We'll see
Love
y'all
y'all.
next week.
See
We
you
love
next
y'all.
week.
How long was this show?